What's going on, everybody? Josh Engleman for Awesemo.com, and I am back with my NBA DFS contenders on DraftKings for Thursday, February 26th. Now be sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you know when everything goes live. Follow me on Twitter, @Josh Engleman. Let me know in the comments section who your favorite plays are for today's slate. And finally, shout out to No House Advantage for being the presenting sponsor of this video. Use the promo code Awesemo when signing up. Get yourself $25 on your first deposit. Now, we are rounding out the bottom of my top 10 with Will Barton, Desmond Bane, D'Angelo Russell, Trendon Watford, and Cade Cunningham on the outside looking in. Who will be my favorites? My top 5 plays for today? Time to find out. In first at number 5, I'm looking at Josh Hart. He's small forward, power forward eligible, 7,200, which is wild, but his role is just so different now. Projected for 37.5. The goal is 52. He's in the optimal lineup 18% of the time. I'm giving him 36 minutes, 1.1 or 1.05, we'll call it, fantasy points per minute. 19% usage, which could conceivably be a little bit higher. 16 points, 9 boards, 4 assists, a stock and a half. Josh Hart just does a little bit of everything. They're going to need a little bit of everything against Golden State here, especially now without Yusuf Nurkic. Clearly, no Dame Lillard, and CJ doesn't play for this team any longer. Josh Hart gets all the opportunity he could want, and for that, he's in at number 5. In at number 4, we're heading to Detroit for Jeremy Grant. He's just power forward eligible, but 5,900, projected for 32.5. The goal is 45, and he's in the optimal lineup 18% of the time. Same as Hart, Cunningham, and Trendon Watford. And guess what? You're going to see that again, too. 32 minutes for Grant, although in theory, if this game is competitive, he could see a little bit more. It is a pretty big pace down spot for the Pistons. They lose 2.7 possessions below their average, and clearly the front court monsters of Evan Mobley and Jared Allen don't exactly make it easy to score at the rim. Grant's a fantasy point per minute guy. He's 27% usage. It's all scoring for the most part. 18 points, 4.5 boards, 2.5 assists. Nothing to write home about there. Maybe 2 stocks. That's really what you really need, is the outlier scoring performance. You need 25 plus out of Grant, and you need him to sneak his way into some steals and some blocks. But 18% of the time, he is in the optimal lineup. I think he's a really nice value at 5,900. Not a lot separating him from, say, Will Barton at number 10, but I still like getting to Grant. He still likes to shoot. At number 3, we have Bogdan Bogdanovic. This one's a positional item, shooting guard, small forward, so you also get him at guard forward utility. He's 5,400, projected for 32.5. The goal is about 43. He's also in the optimal lineup 18% of the time. I gave him 31 minutes. I think that's what he's playing in a competitive matchup. It's a little over a fantasy point per minute. 23% usage, 17, 5, and 4. Maybe you get a steal or 2. Pace neutral against Chicago, but great matchup from a defensive standpoint. This team is not very good defensively, particularly when there's no Lonzo Ball, no Alex Caruso. Nikola Vucevic, not the defensive juggernaut they would like him to be, which opens things up for Atlanta and certainly opens things up for Bogdan Bogdanovic. One final member of the 18% optimal club, that would be Justice Winslow. He's point guard, small forward eligible, which also gives him guard forward utility, so he fits in everything. 6,100, projected for 35. The goal's 46. He's in the optimal lineup 18% of the time. I'm guessing this time off for the All-Star break is great for Winslow. He's been playing big minutes now that he's in Portland, and he tends to get hurt pretty frequently, so maybe that rest will help him. 34 minutes, slightly north of a fantasy point per minute, 13, almost 9 boards, 4 assists, 2.5 stocks. This is a guy that does, even like comparing him to Josh Hart, a little bit more for everything than Josh Hart. 13, 9, and 4. That's just a really nice baseline stat line, but 2.5 stocks is the crazy part. You're going to need every minute here for Winslow. You just need this game to be competitive. That's why you see Justice Winslow. That's why you see Trendon Watford. That's why you see Josh Hart. There's a lot of touches, usage, role to go around in Portland. Hard to nail it down completely, but the prices work and the positions work, and that's why you see 3 Blazers in the top 10. Now, before we get to that number 1 contender, one last reminder to please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you know when everything goes live. Follow me on Twitter @Josh Engleman. Let me know in the comments section who your favorite plays are, and then go sign up at No House Advantage using the promo code Awesemo. Number 1 contender, and it is not even close. Anthony Edwards is your guy. Shooting guard, small forward eligible. So you get him at guard forward utility. I'm making that point a lot for this top 10. 7,500. One of his lowest prices of the past month or two. Last time he was here, he put up 55 or 60 and really blew it out of the water. I got him projected for 42. The goal is 53, and he's in the optimal lineup 30% of the time, well outpacing everybody else. You want to take a minute away from him, that's fine. Still going to be number one. Might even still be number one if you take 2. 1.2 fantasy points per minute in this massive pace-up spot against Memphis. Minnesota gains 2.6 possessions above their average. This is going to be an ultra fast-paced game. Highest total on the slate by a mile. Anthony Edwards gains a fantasy point just by playing in it. 23.5 points, 6 rebounds, 3.5 assists, and 2 stocks. I think he's going to be near the top or at the top for the entire day. I don't really know what changes could possibly happen. If we open up some crazy value play, that'd be it. But for right now, no brainer to me. Anthony Edwards is your number one contender on DK. Alrighty, folks, that will do it. Those are my NBA DFS contenders on DraftKings for Thursday, February 24th. Now, there's a FanDuel version of this video around here somewhere. Check it out. Good luck tonight, everybody. Win some money. We're back again tomorrow morning for another edition of the Contenders.